I don't think anyone is going to see us out here in the cemetery. You never know. There might be a groundskeeper that might be here, so we need to keep it down. You may need to lower your lights so we're not seen. Keep going. Are you almost at the bottom? No, I think I got a few more feet to go. Crack, snap. What was that? Don't tell me that was a shovel. Yes. You son of a... I told your ass to be careful. Now, come on. Cover this back up. We'll have to come back another time. Really, Earl? Yes, Willie. Come on now. We don't got all day. Now use them long arms. Yes, boss. Oh, brother. Now it started raining. Well, I was going to stand here and watch you two do it, but now I must get out of this weather. You two hurry on. On the double now, we must come back tomorrow night, alright? Whatever you say, boss. I can't wait here, and you're whining. I will pay you double if you work tonight. Yes, boss. I shall find another way to get my stuff done. Yes, Earl. You must not. I'm not running this just for fun. We're all do this for Obsidian, you understand? A quick slaps to the face. Yes, boss. Now I will go drink my coffee. Sir, I am... Shut your mouth, Willie. Do not have any coffee, sir, but it's... I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I understand it. But I can see my breath. Go run around the chariot a few times to warm up. As he's walking slow as to run, but it's only 30 degrees outside. Teeth chatters as he walks to the pile of dirt to keep digging it back more and more. Go now. It's about 6 a.m. They just had to finish covering it. I ask, where is Earl? He says, he was here a minute ago. Then we'll see a yellow sleeve. There he is, Earl. How did you bury him? Earl, quickly, dig. Dig, son, like you haven't never dug before. Goes and goes and goes. Later, Earl did not make it. Gosh dang it, Willie. I know you tried now. Get back in the cart. Let's get out of here now. We are headed back to the mansion. Willie trying to make small talk. I say, I do not want to hear one person who just killed another man with dirt and a shovel. I know, boss. Please, keep quiet till we get home. Okay, boss. But I say, Willie, I swear, on the double, as the horses pick up speed, I sit back in my carriage. I wonder, since what was looking for had not been there in the grave, it seems I have to keep searching for that elusive piece that will finally make the collection whole again. In the all that will be revealed, I will be able to do amazing things. And a few minutes later, we pull up to the mansion. I get out, and I bid Willie adieu for the night. He goes off to his quarters in the mansion. I head down to my studies as to get book knowledge. As I'm done, they're flipping through the pages of this dark leather-bound book with red blood pages, as I'm looking for a small piece of what I'm looking for, but it leads me to another clue. We must keep searching. I will have the eye of Anubis and Osiris if it's the last thing I do. It's silly to think that here in England looking for what I should indeed be in Egypt. Well, you know, there's some smugglers around that I happen to know one of the finest ones. His name is Tommy. It is seeing the man myself, full authorities. He is quite well at doing this. Let's just say it's like paper mache, but it's a little different in nature. But he has brought some ancient pieces from the Middle East and has fetched him tens of thousands back in profit. But this time it's not for one of his regular people that wanted goods on the black market of Egypt. It is me, a good pal, so I know that he would cut me a deal. So he asked me what I could do it for. 50K. I said, hey, that's not a problem. How long do you think it'll take you to find them? A day or two. I think some people, he said, he has to get in contact with them, so they can wait a few days around 3 a.m. So he gets a call from his contact, informs that they have found it indeed. They will meet at a disclosed location in the morning. We get up early around 7 a.m., get coffee and eat breakfast. We hear a knock at the door. Tommy goes and answers it, and it's the contact, a skinny man with long straggly beard, deep sunken eyes like he hadn't slept in days, with raggedy clothing. A big muscular man standing beside him, sunglasses, tank top, with all these different tattoos on his arm. Some dragon lady with blood dripping from a sword. Before more words were said, there were, you got the money, and then Tommy slides over the bag. The man picks up the money, thumbs through it, fingers even smells it a few times, looks at the skinny guy, nods his head, and then hands over this metal box. Tommy opens it and shows me. I take a quick glance. Then my eyes are astonished at the beauty of the them. I've never seen such more beautiful glass eye in my life. The details were amazing. Then Tommy quickly shuts it. Now, what now do you not worry your little head about, Tommy? That's for me to know. Yes, quite right. Well, I bid you adieu, Tommy. Now, see that tea you have been drinking there, Tommy? It has been laced with the poison. See, I cannot have any loose ends, you see. I'm quite sorry it had to end like this, old sport. With a minute later, Tommy drops dead on the table. Before he does, he yells out, "You bastard!" as he quickly exits the cafe into the crowd of people. Now, he's excited to get back to his mansion and tell his stable boy about his great findings. It takes him a few days to get home, but he makes it. He is and sees his stable boy out tending to the garden of herbs, so he pulls up and honks his horn just to give his stable boy a little scare. And boy, does it scare him. He jumps at least 5 feet in the air. It was quite a laugh. "Ah, sir, you're back. Why, yes, I'm back now. Go make me a sandwich. I'm quite hungry and weary from my travels." "Yes, sir, on the double." As I gather my things into my mansion, I go to my quarters where I lie down and put the metal box of eyes next to my nightstand. I have not tried them on yet. I am quite tired from my travels. I go to sleep the next day. I wake up and walk over to the mirror. Without opening the box, I just pick one at random. I open my eye and I have to see I picked the one of Anubis. So I go and put it in. It pops it into place. I'm thrown back 4 feet. I hit my bedpost, knocking me out for quite some time. After I come to, I go look in the mirror and I take a look. I'm quite satisfied at the way that it looks, and I go to see the stable boy in his quarters. As he's not expecting to see me, I call out, "Willie, can you come down here for a minute?" "Sure thing, boss." He climbs down the ladder and meets me at eye level, and he says, "Something's different about you. I don't know what it is." He's quickly taken back, and he says, "Hey there, look, you've got yourself a new fancy eyeball." "Well there, boss." Now, as he's saying this, I'm seeing that the way Willie will come to his demise, and I'm quite taken back by it. I come out of a state-like trance, and Willie is blabbing on. I take a quick turn to my left, and I hurl for a good minute or two, and says, "Boss, are you fine?" After vomiting a little, I sit down and feel very weak, and all of a sudden, you can hear me to my quarters. "Willie, sure, boss." So Willie is to put me in my chambers, and he notices the metal box that he's never seen it here before. "Now stop gawking at the box and get me into bed." He knocks over the metal box, and it goes crazy and smacks Willie across the head, and then kicks him a few times, and then Willie runs out and goes back to his quarters in the middle of the night. I wake up, all of a sudden find myself up a tree. How the heck did I get up here? Someone manages to get himself down from the tree and back to the ground, and then it takes him a minute to get his bearings in order to, all muddy from the long trek back from around the pond. He comes back in talking about how he had just been to the North Pole and saw some polar bears. Willie just starts looking at him and seeing that he has that eye in. "Boss, come on. There's no North Pole here." He starts making growling noises. "What was gotten into you, boss? You don't worry, Willie. Well, you'll find your Madam Penguin if we have to. Wiki, 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 woo." And he spins around in circles with his hands up like a ballerina. "Come on, boss, let's go to bed." He turns around and slaps Willie in the face, knocking him out. Willie wakes up shortly after a splitting headache. "Man, boss, you've heard the number." He goes and walks around the property looking for his boss, but there's no sight of him. He goes to the barn and finds him plucking the feathers of a chicken. "I thought I heard some strange noises coming from around here." Plucking the feathers, there's only 3 left. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one comes, and the chicken's head comes right off. "By George, what's wrong with you, boss? You just gives me god-awful noise," and runs off into the forest and tries to chase him, but he thinks, wait, there's 2 of them. He quickly runs back to his quarters and sees a shining metal box and opens it up and sees the Eye of Osiris. Well, there it is. So he grabs a fork and he stabs his own eyeball, and he forces the Eye of Osiris into his eye socket. Oh, the agony! Oh, so much blood, but it's worth it. He waits a minute, but then it starts to light up. Red, orange, purple. all at the same time illuminating. Then it comes down to a straight line like a laser shooting up towards the sky, showing like a map, but it's the map to the other eyeball, Anubis. It is a location, so he finds his boss quickly and corners him. What is that all over your shirt? Blood? What is that from? You have my other eye. Well, look at that. Me, you are small and weak. I can barely walk, like a twig. The man says, well, come on then. Willie says, bring it on. So they blow punches back and forth, and then Willie all of a sudden shoots something from his eye. It hits the boss and burns him very badly, but then the boss does something far worse. He calls on a plague of locusts and then attacks Willie till there's nothing left. See, Willie, I will always get what I'm after. Then he walks over and pulls the eye out of his socket. Then he gets shocked and then begins to take off his clothes and run around the pond. And then he finally runs and smashes his head against the boulder until there's nothing more to the eye of Anubis, gone forever, maybe. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.